Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Myself Deep, and in this video I will walk you through the installation of FlyonUI MCP server. But before we dive into the installation, let's see what the FlyonUI MCP server is. FlyonUI MCP server helps you to build beautiful UI blocks, components, or even a full landing page in just few minutes. That too by passing some simple prompts. Before we start the installation, please make sure that you have already logged into your FlyonUI account. Here I have already logged into my account, and here you can see we have installed FlyonUI MCP. Please click on it and you will be directed to our installation guide. Also make sure that you have a project with FlyonUI setup. If you haven't the one, you can refer to our quick start guide from FlyonUI documentation and set up the FlyonUI project. If you are using specific framework like Next.js, Vue or React, you can refer to our framework specific guide and set up the FlyonUI project. Once you have set up a FlyonUI project, the next step is to choose your IDE to install the FlyonUI MCP server. Currently, you can choose from this option VS Code, Cursor, Windsurf and VS Code plus Cline. We will walk you through the installation process for each one. You can skip ahead to your IDE using the timestamp provided below. First of all, we will start with the VS Code. I have already set up the Next.js project with Flyon in my VS Code. Here is my project. Now we will select VS Code as our IDE. In the next step, we need to select our VS Code version. If you are using the insiders, then you can choose the option 2, otherwise you can continue with the option 1. Now click on Open Visual Studio Code, and this will open a window like this. Now click on the install button. After that, click on the settings button, and from the menu click on the start server. Now it will ask for a license key. You can get the license key from here. Click on it and it will be copied. Now paste it here and click on enter. Okay, now we have set up the FlyonUI MCP. Now we will continue to the next step. In this step, we will install FlyonUI Docs MCP server. We will install Context7 MCP server to enable real-time access to FlyonUI documentation. If you have already installed the Context7 MCP server in your IDE, you can skip this step. Now click on the VS Code and now click on the install. This will install the Context7 MCP server. Now we will click on continue, and in this step we will set up the instruction in our FlyonUI project. Now click on the copy and we will paste it in our project's terminal. We will paste it here. Okay, this will set up the instruction in your FlyonUI project. Okay, congratulations, we have set up the FlyonUI MCP server completely. Now you can start creating the beautiful UIs. You can also try our command /cui /iui and /rui. Now we will select Cursor as our IDE. For installing the FlyonUI MCP server in a Cursor, we have mainly three options: one-click installation, CLI and the manual. We will take a look at them one by one. But the best recommended way is one-click install. You just need to click on this button and click on the open cursor. This will open a dialog like this, in which you will be asked to install the MCP server. Now you need to click on this install button and your MCP server is installed. Now let's go to the next method. Now our next method is CLI. For this method, you need to copy this command and paste it in your terminal. And this will automatically install the MCP server. And our last method is manual. In this method, you need to copy this object and paste it in your mcp.json file. So let's go to the cursor. Now you need to open cursor settings and you need to navigate to tools and integration section. Here you can see the button add custom MCP. Now you need to paste your object here and just save it and close it. Now you can see we have installed the FlyonUI MCP server here. Now we will continue to the next step. In this step, we will install the Context7 MCP server to enable real-time access to FlyonUI documentation. If you have already installed the Context7 MCP server in your IDE, you can skip this step. Like the previous step, we also have 3 methods to install this MCP server in our cursor, like one-click, CLI and manual. But the best and recommended way is to use the one-click install method. So just click on this button and open it in a cursor. You will see a dialog like this and click on the install button. And the Context7 MCP server is installed in our cursor IDE. You can also use these 2 other methods, CLI and manual, as described in a previous step. Okay, now we will continue to the next step. In this step, we will set up the instruction file in our FlyonUI project. For this, you just need to copy this command and paste it in our cursor terminal. And this will the setup instruction here. Okay, let's continue to the next step. Okay, we have successfully installed the FlyonUI MCP server in our cursor IDE. Now you can use all these 3 commands /CUI, /IUI and /RUI. Now we will see the installation for Windsurf. For installing the FlyonUI MCP server in a Windsurf, we have mainly 2 methods. One is CLI and the other one is manual. We will take a look at these 2 methods one by one. First of all, let's start with the CLI method. For this, you need to copy this command and paste it in your Windsurf terminal. This will install the FlyonUI MCP server, but you may need to restart the Windsurf to see the FlyonUI MCP server. So let's restart the Windsurf. And now you can see here, we have installed FlyonUI MCP server. Now we will see the next method, which is a manual. For this, you need to copy the FlyonUI MCP config object and paste it in our mcp-config.json file. For this, let's go to the Windsurf. And here you can see we have a button configure. This will open up a window like this, and from here we need to click on the button view raw config and paste our mcp config here and then save this file. Now you need to click the refresh button here, and as you can see we have successfully installed FlyonUI MCP server here. Now we will continue to the next method. Now we will continue to the next step. In this step, we will install the Context7 MCP server to enable real-time access to FlyonUI documentation. If you have already installed the Context7 MCP server in your IDE, please skip this step. Like the previous step, we also have 2 methods to install this MCP server, CLI and manual. But the best way is to use CLI. So we'll copy this command and paste it in our Windsurf terminal. Okay, we have successfully installed MCP server Context7. We will click here refresh, and as you can see we have installed Context7 MCP server in the Windsurf. If you want to follow the manual method, just follow the same step we used earlier to install the FlyonUI MCP server manually. Let's continue to the next step. In this step, we will set up the instruction in our FlyonUI project. For this, we just need to copy this command and paste it in our Windsurf terminal. This will create a instruction file in our Windsurf directory. Let's move to the next step. Okay, we have successfully installed our FlyonUI MCP server in a Windsurf. Now you can use all these three commands /cui, /rui and /iui. Now we will see the installation of FlyonUI MCP server in VS Code plus Cline. First of all, we will install the MCP server. To do this, we have two methods. First one is CLI and the second one is manual. We will take a look at both these methods one by one. CLI is the most easiest and the convenient way to install the FlyonUI MCP server in a client. To do this, first of all, we need to copy this command and paste it in your VS Code terminal. And this will install the FlyonUI MCP server in a client. Let's verify this. We need to go to the MCP server section and here the install section. As you can see, here is a green dot. It means we have successfully installed the FlyonUI MCP server in client. Now let's see the manual method. For this, you just need to copy this object and paste it in our client MCP settings.json file. So let's go to the VS Code, client, MCP settings option, install section. We will click on the configure MCP server button and we'll paste our configuration here. And as you can see, we have successfully installed FlyonUI MCP server. You can also see the green dot here. Now let's continue to the next step. Our next step is to install the FlyonUI docs MCP server. For this, we will install the context7 MCP server. Like the previous step, we also have the two methods to install the context7 MCP server. First one is CLI, second one is manual. CLI is the most convenient and easier way to install the context7 MCP server. If you have already installed the context7 MCP server in your IDE, you can safely skip this step. Let's see the CLI method. For this, you just need to copy this command and paste it in your VS Code terminal. And as you can see, we have successfully installed the MCP server in our client. If you want to use the manual method, do it the same way we have followed in our previous step while installing the FlyonUI MCP server. So now let's continue to the next step. In this step, we will set up the instruction in our FlyonUI project. This instruction will guide our AI to generate the consistent and high quality FlyonUI code. To do this, just copy this prompt and paste it in your FlyonUI project. And it will create the instruction file, as you can see here. Let's continue to the next step. Okay, we have successfully installed the FlyonUI MCP server in client. Now you can start creating beautiful blocks and components with FlyonUI MCP server. Just use the command /cui, /iui or /rui and explain your AI agent what you want to create and let MCP do it. Now we have seen the complete installation of FlyonUI MCP server in all four IDEs: VS Code, Cursor, Windsurf and VS Code plus Cline. I hope this video makes the installation of FlyonUI MCP server easier and helps you to get started faster. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.